So yeah, I'm a full-on homo. Hi, I'm Brian Oriana, also known as Stop Calling, and this is this week's video. So today in one of my classes, we actually played this game called the Lifeline game. Well, it's not really a game, but everyone basically just talked about themselves, so I thought it'd be a great idea to do that, but kind of my version of Lifeline. So let's get started. I was born in Washington, D.C., but I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland. I grew up as an only child, so I kind of had to figure everything out by myself. Like social situations, making friends. I had to figure it out by myself because I didn't have an older brother and older sister to guide me. In elementary school, I remember always getting along more with girls than I did with guys. And I never thought there was anything wrong with that. I thought it was normal. I thought it was fine. Like, it's just people. Girls aren't like weird. But for some reason, even though girls are people too, it's not that there's something weird about boys and girls hanging out. In this heteronormative society, for some reason, boys like to hang out with boys and girls like to hang out with girls. So when you are the only boy hanging out with all those girls, you sort of get made fun of or bullied, and that's what happened to me. When I was little, I always got called gay and got called fag and all these words just because I hung out with girls. I didn't know I was gay, so it didn't really matter to me that much. I thought they were just words, and I just shoved them away. Like, you know what? I don't care. They can say whatever they want. I genuinely thought I was straight, so I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm the one winning. I'm the one hanging out with all these girls, so haha, you're gay. You're the ones hanging out with all those boys. But I was wrong. I was actually a homo. When I was in elementary school, I thought I liked girls. I had all these crushes on girls. Although I liked girls, I was never actually in a relationship with a girl. But I've always had a girl best friend. My first best friend from when I was in pre-K, I remember, was a girl. And like, I've always just had a girl best friend throughout middle school, throughout high school. I've always just had girlfriends. When I was little, I remember going into the stores like Macy's or something. Actually, I specifically remember Macy's. I would walk to the underwear department, go to the model and see, you know, the guys in their briefs, and you can see their junk and their bodies look so good. You know, I still kind of do that today, but to buy underwear, of course. Now that I look back, it's obvious that I've always been gay, but it's something that I extremely suppressed because I was growing up in a Christian household and I thought it was wrong. When I switched to middle school, I still hung out with girls. Girls were like always my best friends, but something sort of changed and I got a little bit more harassed when it came to being me. I still identified as straight. I was still finding myself and such. So when people would call me names like fag and gay and all this stuff, like, it started to hurt a little more because it was the truth, but I didn't want to accept it. I genuinely thought it was straight, and I was like, why are they calling me this if it has nothing to do with me? I started thinking, like, you know what, I wish gay people didn't exist because then no one would think that I am gay. Then freshman year came along, I went to a totally different school. Barely anyone from my middle school went there, so it was a great, fresh new start. New friends, new me, who dis? So I had to make new friends, and it was kind of nice. I've always gotten that question. And even throughout middle school, throughout elementary school, and in high school, I always got it. It was like, I'm sorry, no offense, but are you gay? I would always say no. So freshman year, I still thought I liked girls. Sophomore year, I thought I liked girls. But I also started realizing that I did have a genuine attraction for men. I still didn't consider myself gay though, because I thought it was more of a sexual attraction rather than a romantic one. So I still kept it to myself. Since I grew up in a Christian household, I actually prayed a lot about it, and I was like, you know what, God, like, I need you to help me. I need you to help me realize what is wrong with me. Maybe around fall of my sophomore year is when I came out to my friend Michelle. She was the first person that ever knew I had these feelings towards guys. And it was really helpful to tell her because it was one person that I knew would have my back. Michelle was actually one of the girls that I liked in middle school. So she was the one that was always there for me. Like, every time I had, like, a new gay secret, I'd go to her and tell her, like, oh, I'm talking to this boy now, and blah, blah, blah. One of the major reasons that I was in the closet was because I was scared of my mom finding out, people from church finding out, all that stuff. I didn't want there to be any drama. Going into junior year is when the feelings started really coming on. I started realizing I do find boys attractive. Boys are so hot. I still thought that it was more of a sexual attraction than a romantic attraction, so I always thought, I was like, you know what, maybe I am attracted to men, but I'll still marry a girl. I still thought that was what I was supposed to do. I was like, I'll just keep it hidden, no one will have to know, I'll just marry a girl. Towards the end of my junior year, I started talking to this one boy, and that's when I realized that I'm romantically attracted to boys. Basically, we started talking, and it's really funny because when I first introduced myself to him, I told him I was straight. Even though we were just friends, I definitely had romantic feelings for him, and they flourished, and I realized I don't like girls 100%. I like boys. I only like girls because I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. I thought that was what I had to do because that was what was expected of me. But, you know, growing up, becoming me, I realized that I can be gay and it doesn't matter what people say and all that. After I realized that I liked this boy, I was like, you know what? People should know. The world should know.
I am gay.
Coming out. I'm so mad because literally I've been trying to record this. This is the third time I'm trying to record this story, and hopefully the third time's the charm. Basically, I like this boy. I was like, you know what? I need to come out. Like, it's not fair to him, and it's not fair to me. Honestly, like, even though I say that it wasn't fair to him, that was more of a cover-up. I just really wanted to come out, and honestly, it feels so great to be out, and I'm so glad I did it. So for me, I knew I was ready, and I was like, you know what, I'm coming out, and this is who I am. I know there is nothing wrong with me, because there is nothing wrong with being gay. And that is something that I had to think about a lot, I had to reflect a lot. And at the end of the day, it is my life, and it's what matters about me that matters the most. The only reason I wasn't out was because I was so scared of my mom finding out. Knowing her homophobia, knowing her culture, I knew she wasn't going to handle it well. I had to let it out. I couldn't keep me caved in anymore. I couldn't pretend I was someone who I wasn't anymore. So I set a day. There was this day, I was like, you know what? God told me today is the day I am coming out of the closet. The guy was like, you know what, do you, if that's what you really think, then do it, but you know, you don't have to do this. And I was like, no, you know what, I want to do this. I decided I was gonna tell her over dinner. We went to dinner, my heart was pounding, and I was like, so scared. I was like, oh my god. I was so scared. You don't understand how scared you are. I was literally so scared. So we ate dinner, and after dinner passed by, I stalled so much, I was like, you know what? I can't do it here. I picked doing it at dinner because I was like, you know, we'll be out in public, she can't yell at me, she can't scream at me, she can't do anything, she just has to, like, take it all in. But I wimped out. We were in the car on our way home, and I was like, okay, I already decided today's the day, and I have to do it today. I remember we were just about to turn into our driveway when I finally said it. I was like, Mom, I don't like girls, I like boys, I am a homosexual. And that's when everything went tumbling down. My mom told me every single cliche that you can possibly imagine. You are sick, you need help, and God did not give me a gay son. I took everything she said because even though I knew she was saying all these mean things and that she was wrong, in her way, it was coming from her heart, and it was just her way of showing her love to me. I knew she wasn't going to be that supportive because she's homophobic and she's Christian. She asked me how I knew I was gay, and I told her I had feelings for this boy at school. She banned me from talking to him, and she took my phone away from me. It was the worst week of my life. It was scary, and I really am so thankful to my friends because when after I had that over with, basically I was like, okay, I came out to my mom, who cares now? Everyone can know. Because that was the big deal to me, my mom finding out. I remember I came out to one of my friends, I pulled her to the side, and I knew she was going to be supportive because one of her brothers is gay. I was like, I'm gay, and I came out to my mom, and she wasn't supportive, and I just broke down and I started crying. And it was really nice because I remember she gave me a hug, and honestly, it was such a nice moment getting that hug from her. Like, it is something that I really appreciated, and I still appreciate all of my friends. I'm just getting the chills talking about it because your friends love you so much, your friends will support you so much, and honestly, if your family can't support you because of this tiny little thing, then guess what? You have your friends, and they will love you and they will support you just the way that you need them to. I sort of made a big deal about coming out to my closest friends, and I took them one by one and told them, and they all hugged me and they were like, we love you, like, we care about you, and nothing's gonna change. I'd talk with my friends about boys all the time. Like, it's so great because, like, before in my head I'd be like, that guy is so cute, what the heck? Now I'd be like, look at that guy, oh my god, isn't he cute? We can do it together because I'm out and who cares anymore? Since I came out, I've made more guy friends than I had when I was in the closet. The one question that I haven't got, which is so great, ever since I came out, is, are you gay? Because one, I try to make it really obvious, and two, because I'm gay. Even though my mom still hasn't come around and she's still not very supportive of the whole me being gay, I'm still genuinely happy that I came out because I can live my life happily with or without her support. Sometimes your parents won't be supportive with coming out, and sometimes they will. The whole point of coming out isn't for them, isn't for your friends, it's for you. Because your happiness in your life is what matters the most. If you're in the closet and you're not happy, then the biggest thing to do is to come out. I'm really thankful to live in the country we live in, and I'm so thankful for my friends for being so supportive. Having such a supportive group of friends has really helped. For those of you who are thinking about coming out, you'll know when you're ready. Honestly, it is something that is so great. And remember, this is about you and your happiness. So don't try and keep something hidden if you don't have to. Sometimes coming out isn't always going to be sunshine and rainbows, but in the end, you will be happy. I can assure you about that. That's this week's video. Peace!